the split. What did Timmy call it when he apologized to you guys? I think he called it something.
The apology
He's got
stream.
all the tap.
Yeah, but that was exactly 1 year ago today that I launched. I had no plans ever on having my own YouTube channel, and the Colony guys too. They had no plans of having a YouTube channel. It was all because of Tim. He's the one who kind of forced everybody away, and everybody who left, which is like 60, 70 people, just.
Patel Philippe, $3. We've got AC3. When did you and OC plan to steal the leads back? We did it. We started planning from the trip in last year, 2023. We had a secret meeting none of you guys knew about.
Listen, I think if I could give you unsolicited advice,
Yes.
I think the less you pay the
Look at you. That's the thing about providing that platform where people like to congregate. That's why it's like, you like to run things the way you like to run them. That's if you're a panelist and you start seeing, man, I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. Pretty soon that wish, what it turns into is.
Let me say this to you, okay? I sat down with O'Sheen in the house and we had a strategy meeting.
O'Sheen or
You know
OC?
what he said to me?
We're not talking about OC.
So OC.
Okay, OC.
Now that Bear's left, OC's giving me pointers, okay?
All right.
He said, you know what would really piss Tim off? I said, yes, my ears pricked up, right? He goes, why don't you do a one-on-one with O'Sheen? And I said, look, I don't mind doing a one-on-one. I don't mind having O'Sheen on, but, A-grade talent, B-grade talent, people get... He goes, no, just do a one-on-one with O'Sheen, talk watches, stay away from the politics. He said, O'Sheen's politics is terminal.
Toxic.
He said, just stay away from the talk watches and Barbara Streisand.
So what do you think?
We're fucking doing it, man. That's what we're going to do.
So have you reached out to O'Sheen, or is it just like this is just the idea that you and OC have come up with, the strategies, because you've been strategizing since September against Tim. So what's the plan of action here, boss?
Well, the actual thing is me and Diego collabed. Okay.
All right, you guys collabed. Yep.
We collabed. Me and Diego teamed up to hurt him, to drive him to suicide. You betcha. That's what the plans were.
Unlike the way Timmy's mind works, and he learned a lot of it from fucking Manchild, it's not about that people start a channel to steal leads. It's that people have a good rapport with the chat and stuff, and they want to do more than what they can do as a panelist.
That actually was not the case with either myself and maybe I could speak. I don't mean to speak for everybody else, but for an overwhelming majority of the people who were given the cold shoulder, they had no intention at all of wanting to do more or do things differently or have their own channel. They were literally pushed aside. I mean, literally banned, pushed aside, and thrown to the curb.
No, I like sitting in the dark. Yeah. This is how me and Diego first plotted to take over Tim's stream. We sat in the dark and really
whether it's a charity or helping people have a better life. That's what I'd like to do. So Diego, I got to tell you, man, that's one of when you are at a phase where you want to help other people instead of buy more baubles for yourself. That's a good place to be, man. I'm proud of you, man. And how's that going? Tell me how the fundraising's going, Diego.
I think to date we did upwards of, I think it was 3,400 donated so far. There it is. Speaking of focus, we got Rose. What's up, man?
Is that helping? Is it helping?
Yeah, it's going directly to families. So there it is.
There we go, guys. See you later. Love you. Well done on the show. Diego, man, come over and spruik your channel on our side. We want to embrace what you've done there. And me and Diego collabed. Well done. That's all I can say, man. The thing is, Fuckface used to laugh at you and say he could never do this. Well, you just punched him in the face, man. You punched him so hard.
I appreciate the support.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You're a good guy.
And And the other 30, 40, 50 of us just said, listen, the friendships that we have together are important. So we'll just start new channels. And luckily, everybody came along. Everybody who was a real watch person and everybody who appreciated our roles on the panel came along. And
this is the Timok gulag treatment that honestly is just the OC gulag treatment that he, he used as some kind of a reason to split off from Tim to create his own fucking club. And
it was a fake reason. He just used it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it, like, you know what I mean? Like, looking back, it's like, given what he's doing now, like, there's no way they could have been that up in arms over that because they're doing the exact same thing. It's pure hypocrisy. So they just used it to break off. They wanted to break off. Like, I think Dr. Bob's was saying that they had been planning to break off for a long, long time.
Without OC, GD, Curly's got no audience.
We didn't look out to create a channel. We didn't look out to want to do more, to do something differently. We were literally, a lot of us would still be on Tim's panel had it not been for, and we've gone through this a gazillion times, so everybody knows what it was. It was the Paul Thorpe thing. It was the bezel. It was the blaming Nico when you should be blaming the wizard.
When did you and OC plan to steal the leads back? We did it. We started planning from the trip in 2023. We had a secret meeting none of you guys knew about.
Listen, I think if I could give you unsolicited advice,
yes,
I think the less you say,
look at you. The number one way you do it is to fuck around and give somebody a loyalty test, or fuck around and do something out of jealousy, envy, or spite.
The way I saw it is that didn't you guys leave Tim's platform because Tim was telling you couldn't go to Diego's or other places? Like, well, why are you bothering people? Or I'm not going to name names, right? You know who they are, OC. Like, they've called me. Like, they called me saying, hey, man, like, OC, well, I don't understand why OC is, upset about me going here. I'm like, I tell the person on the phone, I said, man, like, I mean, is he your dad? Like, why do you care? Well, I kind of want to go to his dinners. I'm like, why? Like what are you going to get a value fucking paying some overpriced meal, to hang out with a bunch of internet dudes? I mean, there's tons of different
Sassy dinner with OC, not fun.
I would not give up my, my freedom, Nick, the freedom stream. This isn't the freedom stream. I wouldn't give up my freedom to be able to go where the fuck I want to go because OC is going to boot me from the WhatsApp group or whatever. This is a real fucking shift, man, that I've seen in OC. I don't get it, Nick. Why do you think he's
big
doing
time?
This? Like, do you really think the gulag treatment was Tim's idea, or was it maybe OC's idea that Tim picked up? And you know what? He just went with it right at the end that led to the colony split. But I'm seeing it on the Curly himself is banning people. Like, the guy who claimed he'd never ban nobody by design, GD, because Curly needs an audience. Mm-hmm. And OC being that leader of this like group of folks that left him under some false pretenses, as far as I can see right now, because OC is literally doing the gulag treatment to other people, right? The stuff that he claimed was the reason why he left Tim's. GD, I think Curly has to be his bitch because without OC, Curly has no audience. If you look at Curly's chat, basically there's nobody from the Archieverse there anymore. They've all fucking bounced.
Literally just the colony people or kind of OC's like inner
bro, it's like 20 colony people and like 50 bots. Like, we all know this. Yeah, like, I mean, without OC, GD, Curly's got no audience, right? He's not.
This Bukiak thinks of himself as, quote, the most respected and knowledgeable watch collector. He can really only sell that to like kind of the colony people, which like they're good guys, but it's not really
Well, look, the way I see it is that OC is trying to create, whether it's the colony, you want to call it the colony or whatever, his group that he's with, right? Like, he's trying to create this like private club. Basically, that's what it is, right? And you have to be vetted. Yeah. You have to be some high value. I don't even know what that means.
High value punter to be invited to these private events, these high value,
Lucius, this is exactly kind of what OC is trying to create, right? This kind of persona. Like I said,
everybody was an opening act once in their career, right?
Yeah.
And then you become a headliner.
It's all good. We're just hanging out. There's no show notes. There's no screenplay. There's no. We're not in the writer's room reading a treatment. It's all good.